you know, uh,
Hey, you guys are trying to get the bread for the music.
and a lot of the links and a lot of the people that we connected with bought the CD. You know, whether it was doing shows up in the mountains, like they actually listened to the music and shit. So it was, you know
It
what I'm
was
saying?
different back then.
Yeah, it was different back then. They was like, oh shit, yeah, y'all,
If I'm gonna
y'all
buy
should
this, I'm
come
gonna
up here.
obviously
Yeah,
listen to it.
yeah, y'all should come up here and do it. You know. So, I watched it where we moved 100 CDs. You know what I'm saying? In a couple hours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And this is at the shows or on the streets or both?
On the shows. You know what I'm saying? I was more at the shows.
Yeah.
You know, I understood that that was part of the marketing of it.
Right.
But
that wasn't you.
well, no, you could make more money doing other things.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to. I dabbled in a lot of other things too.
Right. So, did you guys have like a release party for your first album? How did you guys kind of present that?
We did. We did have a release party. We had a release party at Cervantes.
Okay.
And the Alcoholics and Digital Underground opened up for us.
What? That's a fucking dope ass show, bro.
Yeah, it was a classic night. We had a camera crew there. They got it all on film somewhere.
It's hidden in the archives.
Yeah, I got to bring my sisters and cousins, and you know what I'm saying. We had that shit packed.
What was that shit like, bro? Having them open up for you? Because they're legendary groups and they're good groups at that time too.
You know, it was, to us, after you've done shows, and, you know, people are regular people.
Right.
Too. You know what I'm saying? It was about us presenting our music in our city that night. You know, but it definitely helped pack the place.
Right. Like, who's the bigger partier? Shock G or fucking the Alcoholics?
Shock G. I interviewed him for the Image magazine. He told me, he said
Oh,
every time I made it home from tour, I'd always be surprised I was alive.
I forgot it in.
Like I had some very poignant quotes. You know what I'm saying? And someone sent me a picture of me and him. You know what I'm saying? And I forgot I had it. You know, they were like, "Oh, here, Ace, remember this?" And I was like, "Oh shit, I did."
I want to say I seen him one of the last times at Cervantes.
Yeah.
He did a show.
Yeah.
Was that when you interviewed him, do you think?
I can't remember, man. Whenever that magazine came out.
It's probably, I want to say it's around the same time.
Yeah.
He signed like a poster and shit for me. He drew like a little West Side on it. It's pretty dope. I was like,
it's pretty.
he was dope.
Creative.
Fuck yeah, a musician, like almost. I mean, on a Prince level, bro. Like played the piano, like they like had a distinct, crazy sound, and they brought up Tupac.
Yeah. Yeah, and they was part of the Oakland shit, man. I talked to his man that was there, and he was part of the dancing shit. You know, he was breaking that shit down and making the jackets, and their history was actually like it went deeper than all the way to the funk shit. And they were saying how that shit connected to Shock. It was crazy. I was like, damn.
That's dope, man. You gotta repost that interview or
I just gotta find it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Exclusives on
a lot
that
of that stuff I just don't have. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't it crazy? Like you know,
it wasn't on the. We didn't have the internet back then.
You don't even have a copy of it.
Nope. My mom might have a copy, or my sister. You know, because every time I'm coming, they're like, "Here, remember this?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, let me hold this."
No, for real. That's dope. So you've always been a hip hop head, man. What do you think of the music today? Like we were talking about it earlier. You have a different view on it, like
yeah, you know, I think it's time to stay out the kids' way.
Right. You gotta let them. You kind of gotta
let them do their thing, man. I'm more like say less. You know what I'm saying? If you come and ask for advice, I'm gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be like, oh, y'all doing it wrong, and y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm not coming off like the grumpy old. You know, I want the kids to. You
can't do that because they're just gonna rebel.
Yeah, I want the kids to like morph and change into their own thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I really keep it. You know what I'm saying? Even with the kids that do music around me, I'll point them into other directions and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, here's 16. You know, get on the track. You know what I'm saying? I don't be like that.
Talking about that, have you ever ghostwritten for anyone? You ever written bars for anybody?
Nope. No, you know.
Can you be a true MC and have someone else write? Not all your raps, but help you with raps.
I think with Ground Zero we did that sometimes. There was definitely songs.
That's different though, because then you guys are in the studio being creative. You know what I mean? That's kind of like a little different. I'm talking about actually, like if you were a superstar. Like say, I mean, you know, say you're a top rapper, and of course you're in the machine. You're definitely gonna have writers.
I would want to be prolific.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like nowadays, like I get it. Everybody wants to drop a lot of shit, but really people are not digesting all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, you know, sometimes you gotta think like, to me, I just think it's like an overload. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then you gotta mine more shit. You know what I'm saying? To understand it. But hey, you know, everybody needs a portfolio.
Right. Did you ever have like the record labels trying to get you guys to do any kind of crazy or stupid shit, like as far as image or anything like that? Like, you know what I mean?
Nah, man. We was always known as the, you know, like, no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We told promoters, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? We've been kicked out of venues. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't pay us, and we.
And like I said, you guys are honestly about your money back in the day.
Yeah, so. We created a ruckus. You know what I'm saying? So, we never had to do nothing like that. That's what we tried to keep it like we were. You know, that was our image. It was just that.
And what kind of like what's hard is like you guys are about your money,
right?
But then there's a bunch of you guys too.
Yeah.
So even if you do get a big chunk of change, when you break it down.
Well, you know, it's all what you do with the publicity and the merch. It's a thing.
It's like you said, the merch is bigger than just
you gotta be able to see beyond just your ego. You know what I'm saying? And say, hey man, shit, if I can just get the logo copywritten, you know what I'm saying? We can make money doing some other shit.
Right.
So, and for, like I said, Dio's credit, man, he kept us in the newspaper, man. We had fucking articles, Denver Weekly cover, you know what I'm saying? We had Westward, we had,
he was on it.
They did cartoons of us and shit.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. They did a little fucking cartoon of us. The dude in the Westward used to make the cartoons.
I know what you're talking about because they had one of remember the one of Mr. Verbal?
Yeah.
Shout out.
And we did
it's like the CDs.
And we had a fucking show at a punk rock venue.
Okay.
And he was like, man, they fucking rocked it out. You know what I'm saying? And he like drew us. It was crazy, man.
That's tight, man.
So we, you know, you could capitalize off that shit. You know what I'm saying? Been in plenty spots in the back, you know.
You gotta take advantage of that shit. And it's probably different nowadays. Like more back in the day, I would think it would be more susceptible to hanging out and still staying at the venue and partying and stuff. Now,
nah, it's just too hot now, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's the
like
secret.
like you said, like I didn't even think of it as like for just being hot, but you're right. Like these folks were talking the other day, like just when people even just try to get you to go to the bar, man. Like
Yeah.
It's like a whole different thing that you got to do now, especially at the club.
Where am I going? Where side of town?
Oh yeah, you go. You know, your girl. You got to worry about fools already trying to push up. You know, all that dumb shit, bro. It ain't even worth it nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I have the next question ready, but this weed is affecting my memory. If y'all don't know, y'all can get it at vegan dispensaries over there on 11 West Hampton or up north on 120th across the highway from Boondock. It is some A+, A1 stuff, you know what I mean? What do you think there, man?
It's cool.
So you used to be the conga man back in the day. We used to always blaze. Then you took a break for a while.
Yeah, man.
Did you ever think we'd be legal? For real.
In Denver. Yeah, man. We talked about that when I was a little kid in Minneapolis.
I never thought we'd be legal, bro.
We did, man. We thought it. Someone told me a long time ago that Newports was gonna be making joints. You know, if you really look at it, you know, they have the infrastructure to do that shit.
Right. We haven't quite seen that yet. Do you think that is in the foreseeable future?
I can see them dabbling into it. They're banning cigarettes.
Are they?
Yeah, man, you can't. I mean, you know how when we was in there, they was smoking in the bars and shit.
Dog, I worked at Denny's and you could smoke at Denny's.
Remember, man, we used to go to bars and shit. Used to smell like fucking smoke. I was kind of glad when they
no, the
stopped
worst.
that shit.
The worst was up in Boulder. Like they kind of banned that
Denver,
shit.
Man.
Well, they banned that shit, and in Boulder they had a spot where they had a smoke room. And you go in that motherfucker, bro, and come out like, oh my lances. Let me get that light.
But Denver, you know, Denver's its own little vibe. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta know how to navigate it. You know.
Yeah, I never really thought weed would be legal though.
Yeah, I saw it, man. When my first job, the fucking supervisor fired up at lunch. You know what I'm saying? In Denver, old white dude fired up at lunch. I was like, oh shit, that's how Denver was. You know, to get some weed.
That's funny.
That's how Denver was back then.
I remember like.
And then you know, Denver, the Mexicans was out here. You could get a pound for $400, $350. I knew cats that had 40 in their fucking garage, man.
Good price.
You know, that's the kind of shit we was dabbling in. You know, Denver was hot back then. You know what I'm saying? But it's always been like that. It's like a wild, wild west. But they turned it up, man. Open shit up till 2. Fucking liquor stores Sundays. You know, Denver. When I came from Minneapolis, I've never seen as many people drink as I did in Denver.
Denver's a drinking city.
It's a drinking fucking city, man. I went to a house party and they had gallons and they was killing them shits, and I was just like,
I went to a fraternity party in Boulder. Wow, bro! Like these fools literally had like 30 cases of Mickey's 40s, 30 cases of Mad Dog, and like 50 cases of Pabst, like Blue Ribbon, bro. And it was a mountain of liquor, and we partied all night long. And they were the hottest chicks there.
Yeah, Boulder was out. We always had fun in Boulder.
I bet.
Boulder's a good city. You know what I'm saying? We did a show with the first show that I saw in Boulder was the Beat Nuts, Organized Confusion, and Common Sense.
It's a hell of a lineup.
And we got to kick it with them at the after party and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was fucking amazing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Boulder had that type of vibe. You know what I'm saying?
It was. Is that chill? Like, we're smoking weed.
Yeah, like they came to the party. Like we was at a house party, and then the promoters brought them there, because that's where everybody was at.
That was a lit spot for the night, right?
Right.
Lots of different monsters up there. That's that good money too, bro.
Yeah.
It's not like here in town.
I don't think music was that commercialized back then. There wasn't really a lot of spots you could do music in Denver.
Right. Because of the gangs and shit they were saying.
Yeah, but it wasn't, I don't think that they understood the potential of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they've always thought, you know, rap music is going to be gone. Be here and, you know, fade out.
Yeah.
The elders, the older people, you know, the elders, they always thought that. They never thought it would fucking be here till today.
I just think, like, yeah, they just didn't support it. It was truly an underground thing, you know what I'm saying? Back when we started doing it, you know, because you say CDs, but we used to sell tapes.
Right. Sell tapes?
Yeah. We used to get the tapes and then
that's wild.
Put it with the music and then hand them to people. You know? So somebody probably got a Ground Zero tape. And we probably wasn't called Ground Zero back then. It was Ace in Jersey.
And they call D.O. Jersey because that's where he's from, right?
Yes.
How many projects did you guys put out? Did you guys put out another album or just one?
We put out 2. Put out Writer's Square 2. You know what I'm saying?
Did that have like a little bit more of a bigger budget?
Actually,
or was it the same cast?
Actually, no. Actually, it was just a whole different production. You know what I'm saying? We just got back to the basics, and actually, the shit is fire. You know what I'm saying? We got some beats from, I think, Taj's people. You know what I'm saying? And it changed up the production and all of that. So, you know. And then after that, we kind of...
Was it kind of just, everyone kind of just went their own way, huh?
Yeah. You know,
People
I
grow.
think our last show was like Gangsta. It was Guru. It was Guru, man.
Was it the last time you performed here?
Yeah. He's by himself without Premier.
He's just that lame. I'm not gonna say his name, but that was a lame.
But we was able to. That was like the last show, and it was just, you know, I think, you know, with life you just kind of like morph into your own shit. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone's in like a different direction too. Like you kind of got to start thinking like, you know, you got kids and
yeah, I got family. You know, I had to like change up a lot of shit to like move forward. You gotta let, you know, Denver is it's a place where you gotta be. You can't be hot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? There's too many traps here.
Did you have more success outside the state or inside the state?
Inside the state.
And
outside the state. I think Denver. A lot of it was the in-state love.
Right. That's what I think people are missing today. They, even with the internet,
because we had a lot of cats that would get the CD and then be like, "Yo, we're doing a thing up in Boulder. Come through." We ended up doing shows with Ludacris and fucking, you know what I'm saying, just off the CD. And
you ever meet Ludacris?
Yes.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
He's not nice, but he's just.
We met him young though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, it was.
I actually met him young too, and he was better then. But just when he got, you know, way further down, he's just.
But you know, to me, they're just regular people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I you know, it's. I can't look at another person like that. Like there's nobody I've ever seen that amazed me. You know what I'm saying? No, not even that. I don't even, you know.
Or you look at it like that?
Maybe I'm the asshole. Yeah. Right? You know what I'm saying? You know?
Sure.
Some people's vibes you don't feel. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, true that.
So I'm the asshole. You feel me? You know?
Yeah.
I used to switch it on people, ask them.
No, I already know.
You know what I'm saying? I used to switch it on people too. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas is cornballs. You know?
Is there more cornballs nowadays or back then? Or are they still all the same? I think nowadays with the more media, with social media, everyone's rapping and everyone's.
Yeah, it's just, you know, like I said, it's just the overexposure of the shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you have an ear for good music, you can cipher through the bullshit.
Oh yeah, definitely good music. I mean, there's little baby stuff and all that shit. That's still good music.
And people can grow through the music, and a lot of people ain't. You know, it's more than just the music. You know, it's a business.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle. And can you do a 60-city tour and no one know your lyrics? And you know, a lot of these guys don't understand all of that shit. Can you network and, you know, can you not stay, you know, are you gonna get drunk every night? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just all kinds of other shit that comes with it that you gotta be prepared to. You gonna have a baby in every state, you know? You feel me? You know, I know, that's what I'm saying. And we knew some rappers that had babies out here, and we used to be like, oh shit. Just thought it was funny. So.
You know what? It's funny. Like I've heard the story. Like you're talking about. There is a connection of New York to Colorado.
Yeah.
And I kind of seen it on one end, but I never really put it. You know what I mean? I seen firsthand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, kind of that. My homie, he's a really good friend and lived on the other side of the bridge, the first house. And one of my favorite groups back in the day were the Boogie Boys, Fly Girl, that whole album, City Life.
Yeah.
And this fool tells me one day, he's like, fool. He's like the main dude. I forget his name. He's like the main dude from the Boogie Boys. He's gonna be in my house. He's having dinner. What the fuck, bro? Shut the fuck up, bro. You tripping? He's like, nah, fool, for real, come through. So I'm like, all right. So I grabbed my 2 albums. 5 o'clock. Walk a block to his crib, go for dinner. This motherfucker's there. You know what I mean? And then the backstory is he had an older sister who went to school in New York, NYU. She was bringing him home to meet daddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that is the same. It's all that New York.
Yeah.
There was a group of girls in Denver that all went to New York and were fucking with those early fools, those UTFO, probably Houdini, Boogie Boys. So I seen that firsthand, and I still have that album signed to this day, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. So it all coincides. It's crazy. Like on this podcast, a lot of shit that we know or we don't know the whole story.
Yeah.
We've gotten the whole story. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's crazy to hear 5 different views of what happened at the DJ Quick House.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From the cats who kind of like, you know, were in the crowd to fucking these cats loading up the DJ equipment.
Yeah, that was a little bit before us. You know what I'm saying? You know, them guys, that was the order. We was like the...
Oh, yeah, you guys are little...
You know what I'm saying? We were the new, 20-year-olds coming in.
I feel like when you guys were probably like freshmen when I was probably seniors or some shit like that. I'm like a little bit older.
And I'm a little bit older than Dio and them too. You know what I'm saying? Not by, now when you look at it, 3 years is monumental in those terms. You know what I'm saying? But we experienced a lot, man. We lived in the clubs. We
did all that shit.
We performed in the clubs. It was just a give and take, and we always pushed the local music shit. We was always like, "Oh, y'all needed to, get on this shit," And then it did take its own path and shit, But it's still not shit.
Where it should be, especially now. There's a lot of money here now.
Exactly.
I don't know why someone just don't get 2 million and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna start this."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or now hip hop can be curated.
Yeah.
Right? Like you could have adult shows. Right? A real good music, food, you know what I'm saying?
Have a whole.
Yeah, but people don't, that's like a visionary shit. People still, into the bars. And
have like a vision like that, but keep them low.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, nowadays you got your own business, right?
Yeah.
You want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, do that. Hardwood Floors, Papyrus Flooring at Gmail. www.papyrusflooring.com.
Hey, you don't know, we're high as fuck.
You know what I'm saying? But,
you'll make your wood floors.
Yeah, I'm a craftsman. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Carpentry's been in your blood, right?
Carpentry, yes. Build shit, stairs, hardwood floors, sanding finishes. You know what I'm saying?
Anything you need.
It's a skill, And like I told you, how I even got into it was over some hip hop shit. Like I went to my man's house and he was like, "Oh, you do the carpentry shit?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a simple thing like that.
Like that, link the shit up, and it's still coming back to me to this day. So we love it, now. You know what I'm saying? It's still skills, man. I'm bumping the hip hop in the houses now. I'm the boss. You know. So
what do your kids think of like the music you bump? Do they like it? Do they tell you, "Dad, that's the old shit," or what?
Nah. My kids grew up with the shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My daughter was playing Ghostface at 13. That kind of threw me off. She kind of knows the same.
Same lingo.
And she has her shit too.
Right.
Like I said, I say less now, so I listen to the kids now. They can play their shit, but you got to put my shit in the mix too.
Right. We're not gonna play all 99% your stuff.
Yeah. We can mix the shit, but I'm not going to just, you know what I'm saying, flood you with my shit.
Right.
You know.
Give and take with everything, man.
Right,
Whether
but they like it.
Yeah.
Shit. My daughter was listening to JJ Fad, and I played the fucking hammer, and my daughter's like, oh shit. I played my teenage daughter the Humpty dance, and she was like, oh shit, he had a nose on dad. Like, she couldn't believe that shit.
The alter ego, yeah.
She couldn't believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. You know?
Yep. Well, shit, man. I'm high as a motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm blown out, man.
I definitely appreciate you stopping on by,
Yes,
man.
sir, man.
Anything we missed?
We didn't miss shit. You know what I'm saying?
We'll definitely have to do it again, brother. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, shoot. You know, shout out to the homie Ace One.
Yes,
all
sir.
the Ground Zero movement.
Yes, sir.
Who was in it? Dio the Fabulous Drifter. Dow Jones. Sid Fly.
Man, Sid Fly.
CY.
CY. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you don't know about them, Google them. They definitely got their music online. I know they got the mixtape that we did with them on there, and I was bumping that shit there night. The Papers. And,
yeah, we got some joints out there. You know what I'm saying? But it's it's the new shit now. You know what I'm saying? I haven't touched the shit in a long time, bro.
that's my last question before we end it. You ever have plans on picking up the mic again? What would it take to get Ace One on the track? If I was putting together a JoeThunder whatever project.
I would have to fuck with the beats for a while. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Could I get a verse from Ace?
It's just time. You know what I'm saying? I'm crafting other shit now. I gotta think like months ahead now. So my time is way more valuable.
That's what we were just talking about earlier before this. The time is everything. Like, is it worth it?
Yeah. You know, and it's not that it ain't worth it.
Right.
Because I'm still building with it, but just in another facet.
Another lane.
Yeah. It's just with the hardwood floors and shit. The carpentry shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, who knows if we'll ever get another verse or track out of Ace One.
You know, I wouldn't doubt it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's there. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's more, there's still more money to get paid.
Right, for sure,
You have to worry about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But if you ever want to hear a dope verse, like I said, you can Google JoeThunder, Selector Sam, Joint Chiefs of Staff, Dow Jones and Dio the Fabulous Drifter. They got a track on there called 5 Points. 5 Points something profits or something. Dope song with Cable. Shout out. All right, we're out of here. We appreciate y'all.
Peace.
You can find us everywhere, and subscribe, leave a comment, share, tell your friends, all that good shit. We out. Peace. All right.
What you think?
Good, man. This shit was good stuff. Shit.